Hi guys, today on Divas Can Cook, we are making this from scratch buttermilk biscuit dough and we are going to load it, stuff it with so many blueberries, and we are making glazed blueberry biscuits. If you like Bojangles blueberry biscuits, the blueberry biscuits, oh girl, honey hush, you are going to love, love, love these biscuits right here. Go ahead and make a double batch because they disappear so quick. Y'all ready? Let's go. All right, first step, we're gonna add our all-purpose flour to a large bowl. This we're gonna add in a little bit of sugar because these are, kind of sweet little biscuits. We're gonna add in some baking powder, and next we're gonna add in a little bit of salt. Okay. Next we're gonna whisk this all around. Make sure you whisk it really, really good. Oh, and if you can find white lily flour, use that flour. That is the best flour for biscuits. Oh my God, I love that flour for biscuits. Now comes our butter flavored shortening. Now I love an all butter biscuit, but adding that butter flavored shortening, it just makes the texture so right. So right. Go ahead and cut that butter shortening in. And next I'm gonna grate my frozen butter into the bowl just like this right here. Toss it around, make sure all those little butter bits get coated in flour. Now when you're making biscuits, you want to make sure that all of your ingredients are super duper duper cold. That's why I like to freeze my butter. That ensures that everything is nice and cold. All right, this is how it looks when that butter is mixed in. That looks perfect. Next I'm going to add in a little bit of vanilla extract to my buttermilk, okay? Because like I said, these are kind of a sweeter biscuit, so they want them to have like a vanilla-y taste to them. Really good. Okay, then we're going to dump this right into our dry ingredients. We're going to mix this around until a dough begins to form. Won't take long at all. That looks good like that. That's what we're looking for. Nice dough. Okay, so now that the dough has formed, we're gonna flour up our work surface. Just sprinkle it with a little flour because you don't want it to stick, This dough is kind of sticky a little bit. All right, now go ahead and just dump that dough right onto the flour. Okay, that looks good. And next we're gonna just knead it. Just grab it all together and just begin to very quickly knead the dough. I'm saying quickly because you want to make sure that this dough stays nice and cold. You don't want the butter to start to melt before it gets into the oven. If it does, you're going to have flat biscuits. We don't want that. We want the butter to start melting in the oven. So I'm working kind of quickly here. I'm just going to knead it, and now I'm going to press it out into about a 1-inch thick rectangle. I have my frozen blueberries in a bowl. I'm going to add a little bit of flour. Make sure you don't take your blueberries out of the freezer until you're ready for this step because you want to make sure those blueberries stay frozen solid. We don't want them starting to unthaw because then it's going to make our dough all wet and this is going to be a pain to work with. So go ahead and just press those blueberries into your dough. Now I tried making these with fresh blueberries, and I also tried making these with freeze-dried blueberries, and let me tell you, the frozen blueberries, that is the ticket. It gave me the best texture ever. Okay, so now we're just gonna fold this over, and if a blueberry escapes, which they will, just say and just put them back in now. That's all you gotta do because they will roll all over the place. So just go ahead and fold it over, press it down, and then we're gonna fold it again and press it down, and then we're gonna fold it again. And when you fold it again, this probably will happen right here. You see how they kind of, escaped? That is perfectly fine. Just go ahead and flour your work surface up. Make sure that nothing, is too sticky on there. Flour your hands real good. And then I'm just going to go ahead and just flip this little bad boy over like nothing even happened. You see that? Boom, disappeared. And then just go ahead and just gently press it back out. We're going to press it back out to a 1-inch thick rectangle. Yeah, flour your work surface. Make sure your work surface stays nice and floury because this dough, like I said, it is pretty sticky and it can tear up really easily. Okay, so I have pressed my dough out. All right, 1-inch thick. And then we're going to flour our 3-inch cookie cutter and just drive it right down through the dough. Make sure you don't twist it because it'll seal the biscuits. Just go straight down, okay? And that dough should pop right on out of that biscuit cutter. And it's pretty, such a pretty biscuit. Place this in your greased pan. I'm using a round 9-inch cake pan. And every time you cut out a biscuit, make sure that you flour your biscuit cutter really good because that'll really help it, release it easily. And just repeat that, with all the biscuits. And when it comes to the last 2 biscuits, you actually probably will have to re-roll your dough again. And when you re-roll your dough, these biscuits, they're not going to be as pretty, of course, because, yeah, but still, they're going to be great. So go ahead and re-roll your dough and then cut out the last 2 biscuits, and then we are ready to brush the tops with a little bit of half and half. This is going to help it brown in the oven. So make sure you give it a nice even coat. Try to really, coat the entire surface. Okay, now we're going to place these into the oven 450 for about 20 minutes. When they come out, brush them generously generously with some melted butter, just like this right here, honey. Don't be shy with that butter. Okay, now while that butter is absorbing into our biscuits, we're gonna make our glaze. Don't skip the glaze. I got some powdered sugar in a bowl. I'm gonna add in a little bit of half and half and some melted butter. I love this glaze. I love this glaze so much. We're gonna stir this up just like this right here. Get everything, combined. And then next I'm gonna add in a little bit of vanilla extract. I use so much vanilla extract on this channel, don't I? My goodness. And then I'm going to add in a little bit, a pinch of salt, okay? Then stir that on up and get it to the texture that you like it. I like this texture right here, but if you think this is too thick, you can add in some more half and half, but I like this texture right here. So once you get the texture that you like, go ahead and just brush these onto your biscuits. You can brush them on. You can drizzle it on. It really doesn't matter. Just get that glaze on them biscuits. I like to let the glaze harden up, and then when it hardens up, I like to come back over it with a nice little drizzle. I think it looks pretty that way. But yeah, that is it, you guys. Super easy glazed blueberry biscuits that will disappear so quick. These things, they don't last no time in my house, ever. And so I think next time I'm going to try this with strawberries. I think strawberry biscuit will be so good. So I'm going to try that with strawberries and let you guys know how that turns out. But yeah, you got to make these. They're so quick and easy, and they are really, really, really good. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out my other videos. Leave a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Later.